You opened another bill today. Maybe you didn't even open it. Maybe you just stacked it with the others and walked away because looking at it felt like too much. I know that feeling, that heavy, sick feeling in your stomach when the numbers don't add up and you can't see a way out, when the debt feels so big that doing nothing feels easier than trying. But here's what I need you to hear before we go any further. Being in debt as a single mom is not a character flaw. It is a math problem, and math problems have solutions. Today I'm going to walk you through how to actually start getting out of debt on one income, without the shame, without the overwhelm, and without the advice that only works if you have an extra $800 a month sitting around. This is real, this is doable. And you can start today. Before we talk about the how, I want to talk about the why, because understanding this matters. The average single mom in America takes home around $34,000 a year. That's before taxes, before childcare, before anything. And childcare alone can cost over $15,000 a year. Do that math with me. That leaves almost nothing for anything unexpected, a car repair, a sick kid who needs a prescription, a school field trip. Any one of those things can send you straight to a credit card just to survive the week. That is not irresponsibility. That is the gap between what this life costs and what one income can cover. So if you're sitting here with credit card debt, medical debt, a personal loan you took out during a hard stretch, you did not fail, you survived. And now we're going to build a way forward. The worst thing you can do is nothing, because debt doesn't stay still, it grows. Minimum payments mostly cover interest. The balance barely moves. That's by design, it's not you doing it wrong. So let's change what you're doing. I know this part sounds obvious, but most people in debt don't actually know the full number. They have a vague, anxious sense of it, a number they don't want to look at directly. You need to look at it directly. Sit down with a piece of paper or your notes app, whatever works, and write down every single debt you have. For each one, write who you owe, the total balance, the interest rate, the minimum payment. That's it, you're not fixing anything yet, you're just getting the whole picture in one place. I'm not going to lie to you, this step feels bad. Looking at all of it together can feel crushing. Let it feel bad for a minute, then take a breath, because now you know what you're actually dealing with, and that is power. A number you can see is a number you can work with. A number you're avoiding is a number that controls you. Once you know what you owe, you need a strategy. There are two that actually work, and I'm going to give you both so you can pick what fits you. The first one is called the Snowball method. You list your debts from smallest balance to largest. You pay the minimum on everything, and every extra dollar you can find goes toward the smallest debt first. When that one is gone, you take what you were paying on it and roll it into the next one, then the next. It builds momentum fast. Why does this work? Because paying off a debt, even a small one, feels like a win, and wins keep you going. Motivation matters as much as math when you're doing this on your own. The second method is called the Avalanche method. You list your debts from highest interest rate to lowest. You pay minimums on everything and attack the highest rate debt first. This saves you the most money and interest over time. Which one should you use? Honestly, whichever one you'll stick with. If you need a quick win to stay motivated, start with Snowball. If you can stay disciplined without it, Avalanche saves you more money overall. There is no wrong answer. The only wrong answer is not picking one. I know what you're thinking, Nova, I don't have extra money. That is the whole problem. I hear you, but I want you to look at this differently for a second. Extra money for debt payoff doesn't have to be big. It can be $20 a month. That's still $20 more than the minimum, and over time it adds up to months off your payoff timeline. Here are a few places to look. First, check your subscriptions, not to make you feel bad, just to make sure you actually know what's coming out every month. Most people find at least one or two things they forgot about. Second, if you get a tax refund, put a portion toward debt before it disappears into daily life, even half. The EITC tax credit can put thousands of dollars back in your pocket if you qualify, and a lot of single moms do. If you're not sure, check IRS, Gov, or find a free Vita tax site near you. Third, call your credit card company. I'm serious. Ask if they have a hardship program or a lower interest rate. They won't advertise this, but if you call and explain your situation, some will work with you. The worst they say is no. Fourth, if you have a medical bill you can't pay, call the billing department directly. Most hospitals have financial assistance programs. Many will reduce the balance or set up a zero-interest payment plan. You have to ask. You are not powerless here, you have more options than you think. I put together a guide called Still Standing. It's a full survival guide I made specifically for single moms. It has a whole section on the 4-bucket budget system I use, plus a breakdown of government programs that can actually free up cash and help reduce what you need to borrow in the first place. If you want something you can sit with and work through at your own pace, the link is in the description. I made it for us. One of the biggest reasons people go back into debt while trying to get out of it is emergencies. Something breaks, a kid gets sick, and without a cushion, the credit card comes back out. So even while you're paying down debt, try to keep a small buffer, even $200 to $300 in a separate savings account that you don't touch unless it's a true emergency. I know that sounds impossible when money is already tight, but even setting aside $10 or $15 a paycheck adds up. And having that small cushion is the difference between a bad week and a setback that erases months of progress. You're not choosing between saving and paying debt, you're doing a little of both at the same time. Slow is okay, slow still moves forward. I want to leave you with something before I go. Debt did not happen to you overnight, it is not going to disappear overnight either, and there will be months where you feel like you're not making enough progress, where it still feels heavy. On those days, come back to your list, look at what you've paid off. Even $50 gone is $50 gone forever, that matters, you matter. You are not behind, you are rebuilding. Every single payment you make, even just the minimum, is you choosing to keep going. That takes strength. And you have more of it than you realize. I'm Nova, debt doesn't get the last word, you do. I'll see you in the next one.